Oh, whoops. Okay, are we back? Fucking UB, right? Okay, so again, Skin Captain, easy choice with the Crown of the Wizard King and Sun Tablet. I always loved the the concept of the Crown of the Wizard King. Unfortunately, now it sucks, but with the Sun Tablet, it's interesting again. So that's fun. Now, I don't want any weapon enchantments, though I probably need some kind of compensation. So I probably want this one, because I want my slam to do a lot of damage. I definitely don't want that. I guess I would need the Essence of Free Mind after all. Yeah, and obviously Pyromancy Alchemy here, since Divination is not that useful, with no big unit to give Sensible Answer to. Sensible rerolls to hit. Okay, maybe Scepter of Power, but no, let's wait on that. Or that's the biggest problem. Let's start with something that I really want. So like 5. I want some power from here. Chameleons for the chaff. Then some spearbugs for the chaff. Am I already over gorilla? 1375? Not yet. So I guess that's good.
A gdzie lecimy w ogóle?
Na Slurpy Swampy
Okay,
stoimy.
so what are we left with?
Stoimy.
What are we left with?
Stoimy.
What are we left with? Do I want any Stygiosaur? I could potentially do spells through it. Okay, so my hitting units will only be Rampadons. Is that really the plan? I can also take the Taurosaurs, I guess. And just like, I smell bullshit and like do it like this and then take like something like this in core. Maybe some musicians. Why would you need musicians? Okay, and I'm even over core. Great. So maybe less musicians. Okay. So I have like 60 points to spare. I have already BSB. I have already 6 scoring units. And I have 3 Taurosaurs. There is a lot of poison shots. I might have not enough spells. So maybe let's just take the Trained from Birth, and that looks almighty. This one is too big. That looks stupid. That looks stupid. But is it enough? That looks stupid that it that it fits like this. What did I forget? Okay, this guy is 4 on 8, so maybe he needs some extra movement, because this one may be actually a bit too slow. And the Great Bow is actually free, so maybe this is what I will actually need, since I have a lot of skinks. Okay, and I have only four units of Skink Braves max in core. That's good because I remember that this was the case, but I obviously cannot put poison javelins because I will exceed the jungle gorilla. So that's the biggest problem now. I guess one unit with Caimans won't hurt, and like full Kill Bill mode with like what I can max put now 2 Caimans. How many will I be able? Okay, so 2 Caimans, and this is like 20 guys, and this is good. I don't think that I want that, but I cannot put much more of those as well. So maybe 20 is a bit poor, to be fair. Maybe we should go over core a bit. Maybe reduce the. This is not MSU-ish then. If we can stick to 20, how many points? 45 points. Can we buy anything for 45? We can buy Banner of Speed. But that's like, it's kind of a PG. Okay. Do we really need musicians on all of those? Let's take a look on how we can do without musicians, whether we can fit the third Cayman. I would need like 9 more skinks and then the Cayman. And that would be a bit over the top. It's like 45 points over, but I need 4 scoring units. I don't think that I can afford to have less than 4. I could just get rid of extra spell, but I don't think that's wise. Perfectly, I would take here the Banner of Relentless Company, just so that the Slan can fuck off if he wants. But now I have 65 points too much. I can just reduce one of the Rampadons, have a bit too big core, have one solid unit in core, which I think is not that bad, and then we have a lot of stupid units, and I can probably pop the shields here, so that the unit of 5 is much more dangerous, and I have 10 points free. Can I buy anything sensible for that? Probably like a poison javelin here. Oh, it's for free. Wow. I can give him a shield, but it's pointless. I cannot buy the more chameleons because they are 20 each, as far as I remember. Okay. Okay, we have 11 minutes left, so that's fine. So I have like two strong. Okay, so do I want the blowpipes here or do I want the great bows? That's the question. I have only 2 times 5 chameleons for the poison shots, and that's the problem. Probably. Okay, so is this enough units for Slan? That's the question. I think it is. I think it should be. Shame that he has only 8 March. If he had 12 March, that would obviously be much better. Okay, let's just take a look at the book and see if we can figure something out. What are we missing here? That's the question. We have something to deal with. We have like 2 Rampadon units, and we have Taurosaurs to deal with the armor. Maybe not all 3 of them should have great bows then. Maybe 2 with great bows, because the monsters. Well, the great bows also work kind of well against the monsters, I guess. And then we have Pyromancy, Alchemy, not that great against monsters, but pretty good lore overall. I don't think we need a 5-up wall. I don't think we need an engine, even though it would be nice, but both casts in Pyromancy and Alchemy allow you to basically 2 dice most of the stuff that you want, so that's no problem. I didn't forget to buy the BSB here, that's great. Leadership 8, obviously enough with the cold-blooded. I know that in the 8th edition you were playing with 10, with leadership 10 on 3 dice, but I don't think it's that necessary. Okay, so let's go back to the book. Okay, the glory of the Dawn Age is obviously out of the picture. The question is whether we want the wildfire burst somewhere, but I don't think so. I don't think we are that dedicated to the shooting. We have a lot of close combat actually. This is never going to be used. We've already, okay, the question is whether we don't want the Caimans to appear in the list, because we might have like a Caiman unit and the Caiman BSB. We have a lot of points free in core. The Caiman BSB with advanced 10 Swift Stride is actually very interesting, but I think I prefer Rampadon Riders. They will have leadership issues here, definitely, but such is life and you have to accept it. And I think I prefer Taurosaurs. Like, okay, my mind here is that I could delete 1 or 2 Taurosaurs and try to fit the Caimans with the BSB. But this is okay. This would definitely improve scoring, but then I would probably also delete the 3rd Taurosaur. And since I have a lot of board control here, with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dedicated chaff units, I can position my Taurosaurs a bit better. So that should be pretty okay. And the Caimans don't rely on charge that much, so I would prefer to have Caimans in the list that don't have that much chaff, but the request was also for a bit more MSU-ish approach. So that's why I don't necessarily want to put the Caimans here as well, because the Caimans and Skink Braves with the Caimans would practically destroy the purpose of the MSU, and I cannot take more Skink Brave units. And I have no other unit in core except for Sylvan Warriors and Skink Braves, so I basically have to build a core like that. So I guess I will stick to that. Breaker is too good. Grasp plus. Okay, but Breaker is nice. I have to agree that Breaker is nice, but why do you need the Breaker for? What terrible spells do you want to prevent from happening against this list? Comet? You are pretty fast. You can just split around, and if like 7 skinks die from a unit of 15, then you probably don't care, because the skinks, whether there are 15 or whether there are 5, they do basically the same. Okay, let's move to the okay. So the Caiman concept, I think, is kind of out of the picture. Okay, Saurian Warlord out. Although I really enjoy this Caiman Ancient with the Raptor Spirit, but I think that he just fits in the different concept of list. Yeah, I don't think that I want more Skink Priests. I don't need, like, Skink Priests could usually be used on Palanquin with the Sun Tablet, but in this list, I want to do most of my spells with Quaddle, and then some with Skink Captain, like if I manage to get a Comet or 2d6 Strength 6 or something like this, I want just to 5 dice it safely with the Captain. And if I take the Priest, I will take some dice off of me. So maybe that's not the greatest. Okay, alternative build for the Slan, when I think about it, is we can actually take the Master of Reality and then take Scepter of Power, because Scepter of Power will kind of work as the +1 to casting, as long as you don't roll shitty. With trained you have just fireball. Okay, but fireball actually is pretty important. The fireball or quicksilver lash are pretty important, I think. Because then you can easily take more spells anywhere else, and fireball is actually really good with being able to cast with 1 dice. Yeah, I know I have 5 with the captain, but most of the magic phases will look like 2 2 2 2, something like this, right? Maybe even 2 2 2 1 1 or some. Oh, I would guess that this is the average magic phase here. So maybe I don't need here the trained from birth, but I don't think that it's really worth it taking the breaker of spells. Oh, we have 10 points left. Ah, damn it, Tansa. But then I don't want the banner of Relentless Company. Then I want the Scepter of Power together here, because it just fits so nicely. It just fits so nicely. I think we need the banner of Relentless Company just to make sure, And since both of those lists have a lot of spells, then yeah, have a lot of ranged spells. Okay. We could build on the flying skinks as well, but I think that the pure Rampadon units are better, and because I want the combat, and I want the triple Taurosaur because I want the combat, then I don't need more points free in the Guerrilla, because I think that the Poison Javelin skinks are kind of a waste at this point. So there is that. Okay, we already skipped core. Okay, Raptor Riders, Temple Guard out of the picture, Kaiman's out of the picture, Snake Swarm, useless here. I wish we could use them. They could possibly help against big blocks, but against big blocks we have 3 monsters. So why do I care about the big blocks? Why do I care about the big blocks that would pass a lot of that would fail a lot of dangerous terrain tests on the Snake Swarm? So. Okay, and I think chameleons are probably superior to the hunters, since they cost basically the same if you account for that the Vanguard is probably a must-have on the hunters. It's like really weird to not have it, and having chameleons in some weird spot is actually very, very nice. And I'm really not convinced about Pteranodon sentries. I guess just to make it okay, but if I remove the second Rampadons, then I will not have the extra unit to get frogged. Okay, no. So then we cannot. I would possibly put the Pteranodons instead of Rampadons here, just for some extra damage, and then for a bit safer chaff, even though we already have enough chaff in the list. But I want to have additional frog for the bigger unit. Okay, so I guess we will leave it at that. And we have 5 seconds, so let's just skip to the end of the list. And again, Spearback or Salamander, I don't think that the Salamander is necessary. I'm not willing to pay 30 points for that. Yeah, Stegosaur could be nice here, but you don't need spells from it, and it's definitely not worth having it just for the toxic attacks. Definitely not. This is again just a trolley. Just okay, but why do I need? Maybe in the other list that the Chroscutus could work in the lists where I need to just tank something and then counter, but I don't have. Okay, I have Taurosaurs here actually, so maybe we could spend like 5 more minutes and work it till the end. Where is my jungle gorilla limit? Can I put another Pteranodons? Yeah, I can put another pterodons in. So maybe let's do it like this. Maybe let's make this list a bit more funky, just so it doesn't look very mainstream. And we are back 10 points over, so we all know what's going to happen. I'm very, very sorry, but we go with Trained from Birth. But I really want the extra 15 points now. Maybe just screw the champion. What do I screw the banner? I now have only okay, that starts looking more interesting. Because I maybe want the Sun Engine here. Yeah, I definitely want the Sun Engine here. Can I save some points somewhere? Because then I could put here the Breaker of Spells, and here I could put the Scepter of Power, and then I need to save 25 points. Get rid of the shields, have additional 3 pterodons. Get rid of the shields, make them 2 times 4 without shields, and 1 with the champion. I don't need the champion. I guess just fuck the spears, and let's have a banner here, because I think that banners are really interesting. So let's have the Scutus in this list just for fun. Probably the better choice is just to have the 3rd Tarosaur, but let's just have another Pterodons and Pteroscutus, because this is MSU, so we need more stupid units. And thanks to that, we actually managed to get the better frog with the Scepter of Power as well. So I guess that's fine. And now with the Scepter of Power, you can actually try to one-dice something, which is also really nice. Okay, countdown is done. So I guess we're done with the Saurian Ancients. Waiting for your next ideas then. We had a request for the Highborn Elves with the Ancient Dragon. Yes, Ancient Dragon. Okay, do we want to put this list on UB? Do I have the units for this on UB? I definitely have no Pteroscutus in my UB army, so let's just save this, and let's just add a new folder, which is stream, and then SAMSU skinks. Okay, new list. We already had an Ancient Dragon list, by the way, so okay, maybe okay, so maybe let's change this one then. Okay, and let's download the book. Okay, and let's start the countdown then. Okay, so we need the Ancient Dragon. Where is it? Ancient Dragon. Yes, it got cheaper. That's great. Okay, since this is Ancient Dragon, we again need to kind of list build around it. I pretty much, okay, let's put the dragon here, so we have no arrows, then Star Mental Alloy. Do I need anything from that? Yeah, I need MR2, practically a must. Yeah, great weapon for the damage, pretty obvious. I don't want to overspend points on it. I think he's killy enough without it. Now, the question is whether do I want to have the BSB that will... Yeah, I think I just want the BSB with the masters of the Conrake Tower. I could potentially have the load, but I don't think that I need 5 spells from it. Okay, we have a request for these heads next. Cosmo, yeah, I think Cosmo is interesting here. Just I'm wondering whether I need a master of Cosmo or whether I want an adept of Cosmo. I probably just want an adept of Cosmo, but with the Book of Arcane Power. And I have 5 spells. I'm kind of missing 1 spell, because what will I take? I will take Missile from Cosmo. I will take +1 strength, -1 strength from Cosmo, because those are the best spells here. And the +/-1 strength with the Book of Arcane Mastery actually goes off on 5 up. So that's a 2 dice material. That's great. Then you have +1 strength from Shamanism, pretty much a must. Hereditary, and either Alchemy Missile or the Pyromancy Missile. Does he have access to Pyromancy Missile? I think he does. Witchcraft, kind of meh. So what are we left with? Like I feel like I'm kind of missing 1 spell from distance. Although maybe it's enough, because I have the missile from the Cosmology. I have some kind of missile on the Commander, and then I have the Hereditary. So maybe it is actually enough. Maybe it is. Okay. No Pyro on the Conrake. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But so you will just take Alchemy. Okay, either you take Alchemy or you take Witchcraft, and that's great then. And that's great. So I think we might be okay, and I don't have a space for another spell anyway. I would have to take the Crown of the Wizard King on the Prince, and I'm not a huge fan of that, so let's not do that. Okay, Sigurd with the Commander are not as good as they are with the Lord with the Spear, but we will still stick to them because they are still very good. Riva's got cheaper bows for some reason. And maybe actually let's be a bit funky with this core setup. Maybe we don't want to. Well, maybe we don't want the 30. Maybe we want to test it. Maybe we want some other setup than the most popular one ever. Something like this. And then I don't need a musician here, I guess. But I might want to take the champion somewhere, and I have 25? No, 22. Okay. I don't want Highborn Lancers. I strongly don't want them. But maybe I will just have them like this, and that's 20 points too much. No, I cannot do that. Maybe I can take 2 times 20. Happy face. 777. So that's great. And then 5. And then I have 100 points free. I don't know. The triple Sigurd, they don't. Okay, let me take a look at in the book. Do they fight? They fight from 3 ranks only, right? Sigurd. They don't have fight next rank. Okay, so they fight in 3 ranks only. And then the question is a single friendly unit with cover volley. Okay, so that's not as great. Let's see how many I can fit if I do it like this. Okay, I think I found myself a core. That's 1, 1, 2, 5, and that's 45 bows. And instead of 15 15 dudes. I have, instead of 20 spears, I have 15 another bows. And they can go 5x3 and still all shoot. So I guess I'll stick to that. Rusek, I think we will go with Beast Hearts next, and then we had actually a request for Infernal Dwarfs with the Toruks. So if you want that, then we can follow up with that. Okay, so we are set on the core, and that's a core that supports the Prince well. Now, what do we want to do next in our list? The Flame Wardens are kind of automatic here, especially since we have the Cosmology. Like, both Cosmology and Pyromancy will work here with the Flame Wardens. Iron War Knights of Rima, kind of meh. So how do we support the Prince the best? We need some shooting. I think I would go for 1 Sky Sloop and 2 Reapers, because this is a good setup. I need 1 General, and probably I just want the Adept to be the General, because I don't want the, like, okay, that again would be heroic to have the High Prince to be the General, but we are not that crazy. I think I cannot fit a Phoenix, even the Frost Phoenix, right? Yeah. I think it's barely off. It's 70 points off. No chance to fit the Phoenix. Unfortunate. Okay, we can actually be funky and pick 2 times Grey Watchers, but I'm over the limit, so I can pick only 1 time Grey Watchers, which I'm fine with. And they will pretend that they can. Okay, so I can take 8 of them, but I don't. I want to take like 6 of them, and I'm just pretending that I can help the dragon. Yay. They really can't, but don't spoil it. Maybe the opponent won't notice. Okay. We might go for some other. We might want to go for another hero, but actually we are very close to the limit, so we are not able to. I would just put Flame Wardens here, but it's so obvious that maybe there is a better way to do that. Okay, if I go for the River Chariot, they are like 225 for 2, and I get the champion. How is my scoring situation? I have 2 scoring units. I would want 2 more scoring units. What about small units of Flame Wardens? Like 2 small units of Flame Wardens? And go for another kind of MSU-ish approach? Maybe not that smallish, maybe like 2 times 18? Is this even possible? This is possible. We can take the musicians because they are not that well maneuverable. And then maybe let's try to fit an eagle here. Okay, 2 times 17. So that's kind of enough for the case of, okay, they are 400 points. Unfortunately, the biggest trouble for the dragon is just cannons, and we don't have any good ways of dealing with that. Like the whole army, I guess there is, okay, we could pick Queen's Guard, but our core setup is preventing us from doing so. And special Knights of Rima are really expensive and still not that great at dealing with cannons. So maybe let's just assume that we will not be fighting cannons, and let's see what is the weakness, because we have like what, if we delete all this stuff and we delete the Grey Watchers because they might not be interesting enough, then we have like 1,000 points left and we need to do something about it. So what is the actual problem here? Big infantry units? Like maybe not exactly infantry, because the dragon can probably deal with that, but like augury death stars or cavalry death stars, things like this, like sharpties or snakes. So I guess the lion guard would be an interesting choice. What would happen if we just picked like two random lion chariots? Swordmasters are not that great for one particular reason. The shooting that goes into Swordmasters is very different from the shooting that is going into the dragon. Because the dragon is vulnerable to heavy shooting and Swordmasters are vulnerable to light shooting. So by picking Swordmasters, you are just giving your opponent another choice of shooting something down in your list. I would consider Swordmasters if they went a bit more down in price, but they didn't. So, and the Lion Chariots seem to be interesting here, since they actually are vulnerable to heavy shooting, which is what the Dragon is also vulnerable to, and they are not that often seen on the on the board, so maybe interesting to pick that. And there is also another target for the commander to heal if anything happens. I'm just struggling to think. Maybe okay. I don't know if you guys noticed. You probably did notice, but I really love to put like all the random stuff in my list, just because if when I play, I'm pretty likely to be able to position my units that well that they will get a favorable matchups. So I prefer to have a huge variety of stuff. So instead of 2 Lion Chariots, I would actually prefer to pick 1 Lion Chariot and 1 River Chariots with the champion, and the champion might actually sometimes assist the dragon with movement 9, March 14. Maybe they can even try to hunt for the machines. Leadership only 8, but I guess they have to deal with that. And then if I would love to put the standard Flame Wardens, how many will I fit? Like 20, 23. Okay, that's great. I think that's what we were looking for. Although we have only 3 scoring units, but our scoring units are really sensible. Another question is whether we have enough chaffing power, but I think that's okay. I think we can actually just take the charges on the dragon if we are brave enough, or the Flame Wardens actually also take the charge as well. I think that the chariots should work okay with both with the dragon and Flame Wardens, because of the staying power of both of those units, and then the cover. Yeah, this looks okay. I'm actually happy with the list. Wow. Like if I had 1 eagle more, I would be super happy. But I'm actually kind of happy with this list. It turned out a bit different than, okay, let's just pick the Lucky Charm. It turned out a bit different from what I built for the game that I played with Ancient Dragon, but I'm really happy with that. I don't know. Here I don't have a champion, but maybe let's just have 1 less and have a champion. Is it worth it? It's okay. How big of a threat are the Cowboys for this? Okay, I don't have a champion on Seaguard already. Maybe it's just better to reduce the Seaguard a bit and put the Banner of Speed on them. And like, how many will I have? Okay, 26. Maybe ignore the Banner of Speed. And how many will I have then? I cannot put okay. I could put the 29 in if I don't have Lucky Charm here. So maybe that's the better choice, because then I have a full command here, and that looks good. Okay, so the last quick look. Okay, so now we are into the list that has the dragon, that has the flame wardens, has the staying units, only 22 though, but with the champion and with the rending banner, so that's a solid unit. We have a sensible magic setup, 44, 49 shots plus the adept, so that's extra free. And then we have the chariots that combo pretty well with both wardens and the dragon. Okay, maybe go back to the second lion chariot, since it works a bit better with the dragon. Then we would have 20 points more. What would we spend them on, really? Okay, so what I would do actually here is, because this is just a theory crafting, right? But what I would do if I wanted to seriously play this, I would test it definitely in this configuration, because then I test both the lion chariots and the river chariots, and I see if I enjoy either of those and whether they really answer the problems that I have with the list. Pretty happy with this core setup, although if I took the 30 without the standard and the champion, I would have a perfect 1-1 to 5. So maybe that's the good core setup for your list. I fortunately had like 19 points to spare in this list, so we might as well use them here, because we sure as hell were not going to be able to use them on flame wardens. What might be interesting is, okay, let's try to find a spot for this. And I guess the easiest pick would be just to erase the champion from here. And we are left with 22, but now we have the magical resistance 2 on our commander, and I think this is actually better. I think fuck the champion, and I now have something that helps me against cosmology, against pyromancy, because both of those lords just love to target Sea God. And last time I actually played against Highborn Elves with the Cosmology Mage, like in first 3 turns, out of the 30-man unit of Sea God, there were like 9 left. And this was not even hard, this was with good dispelling rolls on my opponent's part. Hey Tofik. So I think that MR2 here actually really helps. So I will leave it at that and fuck the champion. And 47 seconds, so let's take a look whether we missed anything. Okay, another thing is that maybe the small Lion Guard unit could be interesting here. If the chariot thingy doesn't work out, and if you feel like you don't have enough scoring, then the Lion Guards will be interesting. Definitely what I want to point out is that maybe the Flame Wardens or even the Sword Masters or the Lion Guards are probably now better than the Knights of Rima, because they got cheaper, and Knights of Rima didn't. So probably just picking a 15-man infantry unit is just better here. Okay, the big unit of Giant Eagles is a meme, but I'm not going to propagate the meme. I'm sorry. Queen's Guard and Grey Watchers just don't give enough to the list. I feel like you would need bigger units, but since we have our core setup, then yeah. Maybe the 5-man unit Grey Watchers would be fine with supporting the dragon, but they are too random. I would probably not pay for the scout on them, so just 1-3-5. Maybe if they had 6-12, they would be more interesting, because then they would just go for the march. And here, yeah, okay, about the Skysloop Sea God setup, again, this is just my my feeling to have it mixed, to have both units. The Skysloop supports the charge as well. Here you see you have 4 chariots, So they can combo some units pretty nicely. This is not Tread Elves chariots that have the 4 dice charge, but they have now 9 or 8. I'm fine, thanks. How are you, Tofik? How are you doing? How are your Kingdom of Aquitaines without the Kili Lord? Okay, and the Phoenixes are obviously out of the picture because we have the Ancient Dragon. Okay, so I think we can done with that. Hey, Highborn Elves, Ancient Dragon. Okay, so next one we're supposed to be double Jabberwock, double Gortak, Beast Hearts. Okay. So Beast Hearts got just the greatest changes they've ever gotten, and I know exactly the reason why they got hit so hard. And I don't know if you guys can guess it. You can try to guess it, and after we are done with the list, then I will tell you. So let's change here. Gorta 2 times Jabber Beast Hearts. Okay. And 20 minutes, and let's go. So please fit in the limit. Yes, it fits in the limit. Okay. 1630 and it fits in the limit. What's the limit? Is it 40%? Yeah, it must be 40%. Yes. Okay. Okay. What do I want to do with this? Where do I want to go with this one? Okay. How stupid do I want to go with this one? Let's go full retard mode, and let's have the Evocation Master. Let's go for some good old Fear Bombs, and let's have a Druidism Adept, because Druidism is still Druidism, and we kind of want that. I think we gotta go fast. Okay, let's just say no chariots as well. I don't want chariots here. Razor Tusk chariot would be nice, but it will stay behind. But I don't feel like, okay. Okay. No, you cannot put that much pressure on me. now I'm getting stressed because I'm not really familiar with the Beast Hearts. Like I've seen so many lists, and what I'm thinking about is some Centaurs mix, because I'm a bit tired with the standard setup with the Beast Lord and the Chariot and the Minotaurs and like stuff like this. But okay, what will work well with Evocation? Except for the obvious Jabberwocks. I think we need more ambush. And I think, okay, let's put the Adept on the Riding Chariot, because we are brave like this, and let's give him like 2 attacks. No, strength 3. No, okay, you're not having 2 attacks, man. You're just garbage. But you have Riding Chariot. That's like what, 25 points. I will pay that. I kind of need the forest. But do I need the forest? Maybe I don't. I would love to have Binding Scrolls here. I would love to have binding scrolls here. Let's be cheeky. Let's have two binding scrolls on the master. And now, okay, I cannot do centaurs. Cannot do centaurs because again, pretty much. And pretty much the same problem as we had with the Swordmasters and the Ancient Dragon. Because if I pick the Centaurs, then they will struggle immensely with shooting. So let's maybe forget about the special units. The Minotaurs, take no Minotaurs, take no Centaurs. Take the 2 times Longhorns in the ambush. And now take 3 riding chariots in core, because it's core. Then take the, okay, so I think we can handle the problem that we are too slow, because just the jabbers will help on the flanks, and then the chariots will help in the middle with the Gortags. That's at least the concept. And I think the chariots seem to work pretty nicely with evocation, because the rerolls to wound and -1 toughness on the impact hits seems really reasonable. So you probably have like what? Someone's vacuum cleaning. I hope this is not too bad, but okay. I need a B-stacks. I need to be the general. The hunting call is ambush from turn 1. Do I want an ambush from turn 1? How much is it? 25. Oh, and this is also reroll ambush. So yeah, I want that. Okay, so the standard setup is like this one, and this one. Shielding, and I have like a lot of points left. Am I missing something, or is this the standard setup? I think I'm not missing anything. Okay, and now let's take the Beast Chieftain, the B-stacks, and he needs to be, okay, he's 2 up, right? And I cannot make it 1 up rerollable anymore. Kind of gross. But I don't want the Centaur Chieftain. Oh, come on. I don't want the greater, for one, I don't want the greater Totem Bearer. I think that it's not needed. I just want another chariot. Can I get a 1 up in any way? I don't think they can get 1 up in any way 1 up rerollable. That's one. So I guess Death Cheater is the choice. Other than that, there is nothing we can do. Whatever. Okay, and we are at the very bad spot because we are out of like if we put core, then this is not like we need riders, and we need like ambush, a lot of ambush, like 2 times this, and we need 65 more points. Okay. I don't want a useless BSB. That's the problem. I don't need a useless BSB in my life. Definitely don't need a useless BSB. Okay, let's back to the drawing board. Can I do anything else sensible to him? Do I really? Okay, am I really considering no BSB? Do I have points for the leadership 10 on the Beast Lord, and I'm just assuming that the Beast Lord is never going to die? I do. So is Beast Lord never going to die? Because not many things in my list can actually panic. I'm not going to panic off the board. Like, This Beast Chieftain is kind of useless. If he is not a greater totem bearer, then he's not doing much damage in the close combat anyway. I cannot pick the Mino dude because of obvious reasons, because he has nowhere to hide. The Centaur BSB. Okay, let's take a look at how Centaur BSB would look like. If I how good? Okay, so this is shitty. So I need Essence of Mithril, I guess. Why is this guy not having just a Death Cheetah? What am I missing? Okay, let's just get rid of that. I have a chariot unit. I can hide him. I will have a Death Cheetah. I will have a 2-up, 4-up. Maybe that's why he doesn't have a Death Cheetah. But what I want is, I actually would love to have here the Talisman of Shielding, and I will need to have Lance here, I guess. Lance, Beastax. I don't want the Beastax. I can take the shield for the parry. And I'm 390 points. Like, come on. Come on, he's even worse than okay, he has 16 March, but he's essentially even worse than the previous one. Okay, that one is actually tough. I like what we have so far, kind of. We'll probably need to get rid of one of the binding scrolls, but the binding scrolls here seem pretty great. Pretty great. And I cannot get rid of the Longhorns because I need to have four ambush scoring units. I think that's like the least I can, the absolute minimum. But I want to fit too much in this list. I understand this, but it's still one. It still doesn't. Okay, no. I think we'll just go with the idiot battle standard bearer, and we'll just go with the chaff, because I need the chaff. I need like this. I need a core unit of dogs, and that's the best I can do possibly. Right? I don't have that much chaff, which is not great. I would love to have one more unit, but I don't think that okay. I could skip the Druidism Adept, but I feel like I need okay. Maybe skip Evocation Master, and let's just go with the standard Druid Master concept, and then have the BSB on the chariot and all hunky-dory and all that stuff. Let's go back to the concept with the 3-up against fire, because then I'm not as dependent on this, right? I have 35 more points. If I could only fit one more Razor Tusk, because now this BSB is very random, but I would love to have Evocation together with the chariots, with the Jabberwocks. It just seems to combo so well. If you want the double Jabberwock list, and the binding scrolls are really nice, I think. The Razor Tusk chariot also good. What can I do to make this more sensible? Okay, let's take a look at the book again, because maybe, but he's already one. Fortunately, at least he's like extremely cheap to be just a BSB 165. Okay, the Warlord. The Chieftain is 265 base. That's a no-go. I want to keep the double mage build. I want to keep the double mage build because I'm basing kind of my list around it. And okay, so and I cannot get rid of the Beast Lord because I'm basing the list around this as well. So there are just too many things that I have to have in this list. It's 320. It's like the Jabberwock itself seems just really cheap. Maybe. If this weren't for the Gortax, if there were no Gortax, I would just treat the Jabberwocks as a distraction and just bring a full Centaurs list probably. But the Gortax kind of force you into pushing. Because the Jabberwocks on its own, like everything aside, is the king of the flank. Strength 3, AP 2, breath weapon, right? With 320 points, with fly, with terror, with extra -1 leadership in contact. Really interesting. For 320 points. 320. And it has Swift Stride. I don't know. I'm just like I need the extra healing. I need the extra healing. Just a little bit of this extra healing. I need the evocation for the chariots, for the Jabberwocks. Just the Gortax seem really off in this list. Okay, you know what? Screw it. For the normal type of people, take the Beast Chieftain, give him like take the cheapest Beast Chieftain, but I don't want to be the normal kind of person, so I will just take the Crown of Autocracy and I will not die with my Lord, which is the great idea, right? I don't have a spot for the. Okay, I could have regeneration, but what I want to have is I want to have MR2 on my mage then. Okay, and now I can fit another Razor Tusk. I want the Musician here, but I don't think that in the case of the Wild Horns it's that necessary. In the case of Dwarfs it can actually change a lot, but in case of Wild Horns with movement 5, it's not that bad. You definitely gain some momentum with the Musician, but I just don't see it fitting here. I prefer throwing weapons over Musician. Let's just be honest here. Hello Rafa, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So we have 5 points left, and we have no BSB, but the BSB is for weak and mentally challenged, right? You can ask Furion, he doesn't like the BSB either. And I don't want the paid weapons here, okay? What is this list? What even is this list? They are. Am I crazy? They are skirmish. Why do they even have an option for the Musician? Okay. Can I fit? Oh, I can fit 11 guys. Yeah. So that's where my mage is, and I have no forest. But no, nobody can. Okay. So I have what? 5 chariots in this list. 4 monsters. There was okay. I was thinking at the start. Let's have some Minotaurs or Centaurs. No, there was no way to have either of those in this list. there was just no points for that. Maybe if you didn't take the Longhorns, and if you took the Minotaurs with the Lord. But then you need the Minotaur Lord, and then you have again problem with the Chieftain. How many times? Okay, we have 130. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's call this one the Beast Herd's Crazy, and then let's build a normal list as well. But let's just be like really quick on that. So let's just build a normal list that's not retarded. Double binding scroll still good, but I need the druidism then. I need a bit more core. So what do I need from core? I probably want a mongrel herd with spears, with standard musician, and with banner of the wild herd. How many can I fit? Not so many, 23, so that's pointless. Let's just get rid of the dogs. If I have minnows, then I don't need the dogs that much. Okay, 35, that looks better. Can I fit them a bit better? No, so let's stick with 35 with no champion. Special, like 6 minotaurs with shields, with musician. Then let's have minotaur warlord. Beastax, what is the setup for him? I guess the Agor Affliction. And then I want the Blessed Inscription. And he needs to be the general. And I have no spot for the BSB. Okay, this is stupid. This is not going to work out. I have no place for the BSB, and no, this is worse. This is worse. This monster setup is just taking too much. This monster, no. This is not going to work out. So okay, with the previous two lists I was kind of happy. With the Sylvan Ancients I was really happy, and with the Highborn I was actually happy as well. But this one, okay, let's go back to the crazy list. And I'm not happy with this at all, because this monster setup is just taking too much, and it's like a huge investment. But okay, I think it's playable, and I think it's hard to get rid of that. Like, you can build either a big Death Star with the chariots if you need to, if you face some magic that will annoy you, or you can just put the Soothsayer in the chariots, or you can just play three separate units of chariots. So I think this is interesting part of the list. And then you have enough chaff, you have ambush, you have semi-safe mage, question mark. But what would I want to remind you from this list? What would I want you to take from this list is that Jabberwock is actually a powerhouse. It's not a Gortak by any means. It's not killing like everything in this world, but it's a very nice support unit. It's actually a very nice support unit. I think more should appear, but it all depends on the synergies with the army. But I would be really tempted to play the evocation with like double or single Jabberwock setup in the Beast Herds now, and play something a bit more defensive. Maybe even with the big Razertisk units, Stasiu, you know? maybe even with that. Okay, so I think we are done with the list. And the next one should be the Infernal Dwarfs. And I guess we'll just take the concept with the Subjugator, with the Taurox. So, okay. As a reminder, all the lists will be somewhere after the stream. I definitely save them, so at least there is that. But additionally, the stream should also be in the videos, because I changed some settings. So now, hopefully, it will work. Okay, let's move to the Infernal Dwarfs. The book is correct. Whoops. Okay. So how crazy do we want to go? And LTR Fernando, yes, definitely. But we had the Infernal Dwarfs now in queue, and I think we didn't have anything else. What list did you want? Because I don't see your nick on the forum unless you wrote a post. Okay, you probably wrote a post. No, you didn't. So what kind of list did you want? LTR Fernando. Ask Landers. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening. Because I just I don't know Asklanders as well. I read them once, and I've never seen them used. I read them once. I have no idea what they do. Okay, warriors. We can do warriors afterwards. Rafa, sure. Just send me the list on either the 9th page or the Facebook, and I will respond within 1 or 2 days on my opinion on the list. But I'm not doing the opinions on the list here. I'm just building the list from the start. Rafa, please send it to me so I have a contact to you either on Facebook or even can be Twitter, can be 9th page. I will definitely accept that. Okay, Sylvan Elves with Avatar of Nature. Okay, this will be the next one. So we have, I think, last three lists to be done. ID, Warriors, and Sylvan Elves, and I will need to probably go because I'm waking up tomorrow at 5 a.m. because I'm going back to Poland for a week. Okay. Infernal Dwarfs. For Forsaken ones, wretched ones on the forum. Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah. We can do that. We can try that. I list built for the Warriors a bit this year already, but obviously with the Helmo. Let's just go with the Infernal Dwarfs and let's see where this leads us. Subjugator. Okay, so we need a Subjugator. We need like Shield, Infernal Weapon, BSB is the standard choice, and he's 2 up already. What do I want with my Subjugator? What would I want my Subjugator to do? Unfortunately, this is already the BSB, so I won't be able to use my favorite BSB setup. What do I? Okay, maybe let's leave the build of the Subjugator for a bit, because I don't know what the list will struggle with, and then we will try to fit the build to that. I definitely want the Prophet, and I want the as mainstream as possible. So I want the Essence, and I want the Bullhorn. So this is the most mainstream Prophet that you can take. He is only 390. Oh wow! Is this cost correct? Oh, it's not. Why would I think that this cost was correct? Yeah, this is obviously, 560 seems much more like a choice. What's going on? Okay, UB, stop, please. No, what is this? Yo, Jordan. Okay, I hope. Okay. Okay. For some reason, so we have the engineer. You might be actually, Jordan. You might be actually interested in that, cause you are playing Infernal Dwarfs, right? You are playing Infernal Dwarfs, so This might be cool. Okay, but I'm just wasting time, so let's move on to that. I want a rocket battery. I want a rocket battery bad, and I will leave it here, and I will have the engineer, and I will kill everything with that, unless I will roll 3 on the number of hits as usual. So maybe let's skip on that. What do I want to do with the anointed list? I want like 5 anointed. Okay, so first of all, I want the anointed to be able to be separated from the subjugator. I don't want those to be connected. I don't want those to be connected at all. I think I will take this setup. I need a Shamut, possibly, and I need the infernal weapons. Yeah, and this is 800 points. But I don't think I can afford taking anything less. I need the Shamut, because every time I played with the Tauruks, I always lacked the offensive skill. And now with the BSB, this unit is absolute powerhouse when it comes to combat resolution. So that's great. So there is that. The question is whether I'm not actually like totally fine with maybe I don't want Shamut here. Maybe I want to get rid of Shamut. Oh, I cannot take. Oh, they cannot take the icon. Only the BSB now can take the icon. Is this? Are you for real? $115. I hope it's just a bug in Army Builder. Yeah, it seems like a bug in the Army Builder, because they definitely can take that. Oh well. Unless I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing something. And that's why I want the BSB to be able to get out of the unit. I don't want him to be stuck there. And the Anointed Boss has this problem that it will usually not see that much combat. Okay, because I wanted to put the icon on here, but I wanted to get rid of the Essence of Free Mind, but if I do that, then as soon as I reach combat, I'm totally boned, and I spent like 115 points for bullshit. So I'm not going to do that. And I actually need to just be able to take the pyromancy here. Okay. So I want to be able to deliver my anointed where I want them. Maybe let's just take. Maybe let's just. Okay, I have a kind of another idea. Let's get rid of the Essence of Free Mind. Let's put here the. I will be lacking a spell, so I will take the Heirloom, and I will have the Alchemy, but then I will put on Subjugator, I will put the Kadim Bindings, yes. And I need to put, this is on the shield, Kadim Bindings, let me check that. It's on the shield, that's bad. Why would I need that on the shield? Okay, then I need to take the Mask of the Furnace to have the 1-up, and I will actually have this as a counter to the big units. But then how do I deal with like Sylvan Elves? No, I cannot do that. Let's leave the Tauruk subjugator build for now though. Let's take the essence back here. He's the general, he's the BSB, okay. And let's think about something that's a bit more interesting, because now we are just stuck with the huge ass unit that will cover half of our deployment. Okay, so I will sell you the idea that someone sold me recently, and maybe, probably will be nerfed, but as I can see from this one, it doesn't say that it doesn't add up. So if I pick like 3 of those, then I have +6 march rate. So let's do that. Okay. Now I have some shooting power, I have some fighting power, but not much. And then we could just have like 2 times slaves here, maybe more slaves. How much are the big boss of blunderbusses with the great weapons? That's the question. What happened here? Okay, I can have only 30 blunderbusses. That's what happened here. Okay. 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 And I'm at and I'm done with the points from my list. Maybe let's do it like this. And now we have okay, this cannot be considered chaff. This is like 12. This is like March 12. It's ridiculous. Guys, that's what I'm not. That's why I'm not playing Infernal Dwarfs. That's what I'm not playing Infernal Dwarfs. Like every time I try to build something, every fucking time, it just looks like complete and utter garbage. It's like okay. Let's collect ourselves here and let's try to do it like this. I have no place to put my engineer in because why would I? I cannot put him forward because that just makes no sense. Just I don't know. Like this slaves concept is interesting, but they. Okay, I normally like the blunderbusses unit with the shields and the smaller size, but since we have the anointed and we have the BSB in anointed, then we need to have the blunderbusses with the great weapons if we want to have them, and I think I want to have them because I want to have 2 solid units. And now I just, okay, so maybe that setup was not so bad, but I'm kind of missing something out of the core. Like, okay, are 3 giants enough for me to feel satisfied? They had, with the Slave Master Whip, they have agility 5, which is not that great. And I still have no unit to put my prophet in. Okay, let's just put the flintlock. Like, okay, screw the blunderbusses. Let's just put like a unit of flintlocks. Let's put a second unit of flintlocks. Let's put backstabbers. Is there a maximum backstabbers now? Always wanted to test them. They went down in price each and every update, so maybe that's the time that they will shine. There is no maximum on them, so let's see. I want like 2 units of slaves, increase the backstabbers to like 33. No command. Why would I need command? And now I need, I guess, 2 times giant with the whip. I want some more shooting. I don't want another rocket battery. I want some more shooting, and I want some extra chaff, and I want some extra scoring. I have already 4 scoring units, so maybe that's enough. The giants also give the backstabbers an extra commanding presence. So okay. Has the Polish scene started going more MSU? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like even my own personal series are definitely not going like very much in the direction of MSU, and as I see by other players that I talk to, like the other ETC players, I don't think it's going much MSU. It's a bit MSU, but it's like it's more about MMU, I think. Okay, we have like 700 points left. What do we want to do with it? Okay, I have okay. What do I have in this list? I can deal with monsters. I cannot deal with good armor well, but I have alchemy for that. What can I do with the remaining points? That's the question. I usually don't. Okay, I don't think that this is good, but I want the Dusk Forged. If I have a unit where I can park myself, and I have 5 up against fire base, then I will just go for the Dusk Forged. And now I think he's better. I'm not struggling with the units here, I feel like. I have 2 times monster, I have the Tauruks that are not great against, or maybe I actually struggle against units a bit now. Never struggled against the big infantry blocks with the Infernal Dwarfs, but maybe this is the point where I do. Let's take a look at the gunnery teams. Well, maybe taking a 3rd monster is not the worst option. I'm actually not using the Bounce and Binder slot practically at all, but I don't think that it will change much. Maybe I can actually take this one, and I will have practically no points left. Great. How much is the engine with the steam hammers though? It's 420, and this one is 460. Maybe I want more close combat, and then I want a bit more shooting. I can take like a volcano cannon. And this one will help me go a bit more forward. It's 420, not that easy to kill, but I have no other good targets for the alchemy since they have a 5 up. So it's a shame taking them just because they will just give the target for the alchemy. And that's why I don't like the Infernal engine usually. Because if I play against alchemy, usually I love playing Infernal Dwarfs against the alchemy pyromancy setup, because the opponent can just pick wrong or pick wrong. But if I give him Infernal engine, and he obviously picks here the alchemy. Okay, so I don't want that because I want my opponent to be in trouble. Furion is playing on UB. Let's then finish those 2 lists quickly, and let's at least take a look at it, because well, I would love to finish before 9 p.m. I actually might want to schedule at some point, but I don't think that maybe we'll okay. I will try to schedule something like this in the future. Maybe that's a good idea. So let's just take the Titan Mortar of the Bomb Demon. And because I hate armor, I will take the Grenade Launcher. This is 135. D6 plus 1. Oh, this is the Grenade Launcher. Okay, so it's trash. So I want a volley gun, because this one is trash. And then let's just take one Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. I cannot. So let's just take the hero. Hobgoblin Chieftain on Wolf should be nearly okay. 6 points too much. Cannot take points out of this. I will just remove the Flintlock Axe. I like this setup for this guy. I kind of like this setup for this guy. I have another monster that will also annoy someone. I have some MSU-ish part. Yeah. I think this is passable list. Let's maybe do it like this, so that everything is in place, but not really liking it though. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of the Infernal Dwarfs, but I exceeded barrage limit. No. So I need to get rid of the volley gun. I can put the Flintlock back on. Fuck the Hobgoblin Chieftain then. 260. Kind of lacking close combat here. Although the Bomb Demon is usually just pushing forward. I don't want Incarnates because, but I have Giants already, so, and maybe the Divination will not be as popular. So maybe let's do it like this. And I need another Chaff as well. They have the Whips. Maybe I don't want another Chaff. Maybe I'm just fine with that. And I just flee, Chaff with the Giants, do this. Just give them big brothers, That's extra health points. And Super Stomp, I don't need a Super Stomp. Maybe 70 points. Maybe this could be spent in some interesting way. Maybe we can just have a Hobgoblin Chieftain. That's like a Hobgoblin Chieftain. That's an interesting concept, and we have. Okay, can I do this one a bit better, so that I am not exceeding the points? I definitely can, because, well, this is what? This is 9 points. This is 7. This is 7. Not enough. 7 and 9. Okay, yeah, I can do it like this. Okay, so this is the list. And the Chieftain is like, sometimes he will just go for a Chaff. Sometimes he will just go into Backstabbers and give them the leadership on the flank, right? Or do I need to be a Backstabber for that? Probably need to be a Backstabber for that. Yes, and I need to pay 20 points for that. No way I will pay 20 points for that. But I can still just put him in the. I will not be able to find 50 points in this list quickly. I'm not going to get rid of Bullhorn. I'm not going to. I could get rid of Banner of Shamut potentially, and this way put him on a wolf. Okay, let's just believe that the Tauruks are strong and don't need the Banner of Shamut. Okay, so we're done with the list. Sorry for taking it a bit too long. Tauruks. And off to the next one. Warriors of the Dark Gods. So let's go to the Warriors. And we wanted, okay, so spoiler alert, this one will be weird. Spoiler alert. So so obviously since we want, let's change this one. Warriors of Dark Gods, Forsaken, plus, what was that? That was, what's the name of those beasts? Plus random beasts. Let's call it that, and this should be fine, and let's start it without further ado, because then we can take a look at the Furions game and take a look if this is interesting. So first of all, I definitely want the Lord of the Damned, Shrine Priests, Sorcerers, and Doom Lords. Okay, so let's start with the requested things. Okay. We want no Helmo, right? How many wretched ones can we have? How many units? Because we want to be as cheeky as possible with them. I think they should be somewhere here. No, this is Forsworn. Wretched ones. 2 units. Oh gosh. Okay, so how do we do it? I think we probably do it like this. Like, probably you want the one big unit. Like, I don't want the one big unit. Okay, let's just go like this. For the compensation, let's have this unit. That for the compensation that there is not that much wretched ones in the list. Okay. So this is kind of a compensation. And let's change the. Okay, I always forget to change the title actually. Okay, now it should be better. I don't like Doom Lord. We're not going with the Doom Lord. That's the first thing. I like Shrine, so we will go with the Shrine and the special one, I guess. Okay, we will go with the crazy flyers with the Skinning Lash, and then we will go with 5 flyers with the Skinning Lash, and we are done with our chaff, kind of. Maybe one more unit of dogs. So let's make this list like as stupid as we can, right? Let's have no warriors in this list. Okay? I don't want to disappoint you with bringing up with the stupid list on one hand, but on the other hand, I just feel like bringing no warriors in this list. I just kind of feel like, okay, so the flyers are a good suggestion by Alex from the United States. Shout outs to him. The Skinning Lash for 265 points, 10 hits. The unit that can semi-fight, yeah, definitely recommend those. Both 10 and 5-man strong units. Okay, maybe not. Let's not be that crazy, and let's not skip the warriors altogether. Maybe let's not take Forsworn on the other thought, if you are cool with that. I'm just wondering whether I should take the Shrine or the Sorcerer, because I'm probably going. Okay, maybe I'm not. I will take the Sorcerer, and I will take him on the Black Steed, and I will take him as the Master of Occultism here, and I will give him Veilwalker because Veilwalker is excellent. I will also give him Plate Armor so that he at least pretends to be safe, and then we will make him the Lord of the Damned. Okay, and we have the Shrine, and I think our magic is kind of set up. I think we should be fine now. So the core is going to be crazy, because this is the core that I enjoy, and I will stick to that. I just don't remember the exact values. Okay, great weapons, musician, and duplicate. Okay, that's not enough, so let's put it like this, like 9, and now let's reduce it. Okay, I cannot. How did it work? Okay, let's just leave it at 905 for now, and maybe we can think about something later. I want a chosen lord that is going to be the destroyer of eternities with the burning portent. Since I can have him as my general, then I don't need. I usually would go for the dragon here, but I don't think that this is that great. So let's go with the chosen lord. He is already 1 up rerollable, right? And I actually don't have points for the potion of initiative. Great. I might take the units of 2 and then take the ledger on here, because I want my magic to be strong. And what am I missing? Okay, I have a lot of time, so we might think for a bit. Envy, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm definitely missing the Idol of Spite. That's the first thing that I'm missing. Great. Envy. What are the alternatives to Envy for the Portent? Oh, I can actually make him... Okay, I want a trophy rack on him because I want this to be Sloth and I want him to be unkillable. Is that okay? Is that fine? Sounds fine. So now we actually have a pretty mobile list, and we have the random dudes that will hopefully do something. Okay, they have a regeneration, right? Right, so I cannot improve this from occultism, so that's pretty bad. For 400 points, well, this is obviously a skewed list, but maybe one to cover the flank is good. But then I don't think I want a lot of the damned. So let's just stick with that, and let's just take the Scepter of Power, because I love the Scepter of Power, and with occultism it seems to work pretty nicely. And now I'm kind of missing one scoring unit, so I will just go for the Warrior Knights, and I will now cross the point limit, because I will pick them with the champion and with the greed, and I'm 15 points over, so that's not that bad. And the question is whether I'm happy with the setup that I have here. I think I kind of am. The question is whether I want the wretched ones. I think let's take 2+1, and then I can have a musician and another knight. Nice. Although, okay, I have enough cheap wounds to collect with Ledger, right? I have already the Barbarians, I have the Horsemen, the Knights are not very cheap, but what can you do? And the wretched ones are not really cheap, but what can you do? And the Forsaken ones are definitely not cheap, but what can you do? So maybe I want more. Okay, but I have Flyers. Flyers are cheap wounds. Flyers are cheap meat. The core setup looks so... Yeah, it might as well be a Sklanderish, but I think that if I can have 31 guys with strength 6 AP2 for 360 points, I'm going to take it. This is not a unit that you can push, and if you put the shrine in, that's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, I'm kind of happy with how this turns out. For this 10 per point, so give him Potion of Strength? No, maybe let's not be, maybe let's give him Lucky Charm. And now. Okay. Can this list really do anything? That's the hard question. Lot of the Damned is 18 inches, right? Yeah. It's only in the movement phase reroll. Well, it's 45, so. I will annoy the flanks of my opponents, but I don't have... Okay, I have one strong unit in the center. It's decently easy to catch something with the Forsaken ones, and then to just get to it the next turn with the Potent. So that's nice. The question is, what do I really do here? Okay, so the Horsemen with the Lord, they can keep the center, and I just magic you to death. If you try to kill my units, I collect tokens from Ledger, and then the Occultism is just overpowering you. The Greed Knights. I don't think that I actually need the Greed Knights. They are good for the flank, but I already have flanks covered, so why do I need them? I need something else. Oh, I have 3 artifacts. Oh yeah, so no Lucky Charm for me. That's a pity. You actually cannot have 20 flyers with lashes. A maximum of 15. They get 5 extra ranks in Asklanders. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do they still get the reroll breakers? Okay, maybe I want a giant. Maybe I kind of want something to help me in the middle. I don't feel like my middle is strong enough. And I want something that has a pretty small footprint, so I guess Chosen Chariot? Or maybe just Chosen. How many Chosen can I fit? Like, the most ridiculous ones, I can fit 5. Okay, and let's look at the Envy ones. I can fit 5. Great. Chosen Knights, no way I will fit them, but if I reduce the Wretched one, then I can fit them. But aren't they also like a unit that wants to go on the flank? And which one do I want to have on them? I want to have, okay, like Wrath maybe, Last maybe. Last seems good. But they have a huge footprint. Do they really help that much in the center? They have a lot of attacks though. Those are one of the most expensive wounds in this book. And if you want a ledger, then you don't want the most expensive wounds in the book. I have to remember that I get rid of one of my wretched ones. I think I'm already covered for Chaff, definitely. I 100% need something to help me in the middle. Okay. Okay. This looks like there's something that I wanted. Because it fits in the limit. Lots of attacks. Strength 6. Yeah. This looks, I like the Feldrak anyway, so that's good. I don't feel like I need the binding scrolls here, because my monsters are definitely not as fragile as in the Beast Hearts. Maybe actually the High Elves list could use the Binding Scroll, but I don't think I had points, and I had MR2 on the dragon anyway, and there are not that many spells that threaten the dragon, so whatever. Okay, I have 20 points left. That's good. That's already a progress. I have only 2x1 wretched ones, but that's fine. They will just try to position themselves with a reroll. They might be able to position themselves in some chaffable positions, but the positions where they can actually chaff. I can get the shields on those guys, and they have 4 up armor save then. Maybe that's worth it. Because they are kind of fragile, and this is, yeah, this looks good. Okay, this looks good. It definitely is rough, but it's only 1k, and I have the and then I boost it with the rerolls. I think that's fine now. I have something to do to deal with the center, with the horse. The scoring is kind of weak here. Maybe I actually don't need the warhounds. Maybe I can actually try for another unit in core. I need 8 of them then. Maybe I can try for another scoring unit in core. Perfect. And they will just be screwing around. Sometimes chaffing, sometimes with strength 4 AP0 they can even kill something. Yeah, that's I think is better, because I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 units that are chaffing, and the Forsaken ones that can hold. Okay, so I definitely prefer to have a 4th scoring unit in core. Okay, so this looks better. Yeah, I like it. And the shrine can actually get into them, and then I don't lose attacks. Okay, this was good idea. This was good idea. And I have more wounds to absorb from the ledger. Okay, I kind of want to give them the musician though. Losing the 2 barbarians from the great weapon unit. 29 is not that much, but it should do. Okay, I think I'm done. The Chosen Lord is pretty safe. He can kill a lot of stuff, and then with the trophy rack, maybe the CR won't be as much of an issue. And Sorcerer Master with the Veil Walker on the horse can actually get to places and doesn't need to rely on only the Veil Walker to get the better ranges for their spells. We have a lot of single model units, so the occultism is pretty good here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that bad of a list, looking at the fact that I have 1000 points spent on things that are not that great. Okay, I think that looks good. That looks good. Warriors, random movement. Okay. Sylvan Elves left, and we will take a look at the Furion game after that. I think we'll just do like some quick commentary on this current situation on the board, and maybe if you will watch the rest of the Furion game, then you will be able to see whether my predictions will be correct. Sylvan Elves, Avatar of Nature was the requirement. Okay. Let's download the Sylvan Elves book. Okay. And let's start the countdown. Wow, the Warriors list was actually the first list that we ended up in time. But I think this pace is pretty good. 20, 22 minutes for the list is kind of good. Okay, I can take the... Okay, so I definitely want the aspect of nature and aspect to be... what is it? The entangling vines. Yes. This is what I want, and I want him to be my general. Now, since I already have a fighty boy, I don't want to have the Wild Elk Prince, even though he's crazy, but I don't think that I can afford to spend 1200 points on 2 fighty models in this list that just do the fighting. Although maybe we can go for something a bit different, like... Okay, I need to be on the... Okay, I think I want to actually be on the elk with the Wild Hunter. And let's just make the PSP the crazy boy. How crazy can we make him? If I take the Titanic Might, what will I be left with? No points for the defense. That's okay, I will just kill everything on charge. +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 defense, and then okay, but this guy is only strength 4 AP1. He's not AP2, so that's pointless. Good that I remembered that. So I actually need like Sylvan Lance on him, and then I'm strength 5 on charge, right? Yeah, strength 5, AP3 on the charge. Blade Dancers. I think the problem of the Sylvan Elves book right now is that 90% of the book got cheaper, and because 90% of the book got cheaper, you have just too many options, and the Blade Dancers are pretty low on my priority list. Very high on my priority lists are Kestrels and Briar Maidens, and because Briar Maidens are high on my priority list, then I want a hero to go into the Briar Maidens. In normal list, that would be a Prince Wild Hunter. In this list, this will be a Chieftain Wild Hunter. Because I take the Chieftain Wild Hunter, I don't have that much of a spot for the Blade Dancer hero. And if I take Blade Dancers, I want to take the hero with the Blade Dancers. And since I'm not taking the hero of the Blade Dancers, probably, because I need the mage as well, and I need to put some more equipment of this on this chieftain, then yeah, there is your problem. Okay, so the real question is, how do I build this guy? This is the real question at this moment. Infantry models only, okay. What? Oh, it's when it fails a roll, okay. I don't think that this is necessary. This is definitely stupid, and this is definitely stupid. So basically no items, maybe the Curse of the Black Stag, but maybe let's just go with like light armor. With okay, so the real question is whether I want the guy to be able to do something after the charge. And I think I kind of do, so So let's go with a Sense of Mithril, and let's go with the what's it called? Where is it? Curse of the Black Stag. Oh, this is armor enchantment. Ah, that changes things, because now I'm at best what? 3 up. Oh well, that's not that bad. I will buy myself a 5 up ward then, I guess, and okay, like this. 5-10. Okay, now let's skip the magic for now, because I don't want that what my list will be weak to. I want this. I want smaller unit, bigger unit. Okay, it's still not correct. So I will have 20 points to more, because in the book, I think I probably just didn't download the latest army builder patch, but this is 100 points, you see. So I will probably take this champion, and I'm just wondering if I want a 10 plus 10 setup, or maybe let's just go for 10 plus 5, maybe 9 plus 5, because then I have a nice spot for my chieftain. I want some sentinels, because I don't want pathfinders, and I don't think that I want more sentinels though. Do I want how much are those? Okay, not that much more expensive for the starting ones. What will my Avatar of Nature do in this list? Okay, especially in this list, the Blade Dancers seem kind of weak, since we have the Avatar of Nature that fills a similar role because he can take charge as well, and the Blade Dancers can take charge as well. Let's actually check if I can fit this master. No way. So no master 3. That's unfortunate. I probably also cannot fit the master on the dragon, right? No way. So I have one good unit that takes the charge as well. I have units that will just go around and do random stuff. This is some kind of a chaff unit, this is kind of a shooting unit. I need my Castrals. I don't need them, but I want them. And since usually, but maybe here you won't be struggling. If I put another 3 fodder in, and I just put 2 times 5 Castrals in, and then I just put the Master Druid, then I have 0 points in core. It's great. It's great. That's pretty close to to what we want. Okay, maybe let's not do that. Okay, now I can actually. Okay, but with Druidism I basically do nothing. Maybe let's take the Dryad. That will be our Adept, and that will be our Divination Adept, and then we will take the Druid. That will also be the Adept, and he will be the Druidism Adept. Or maybe not. Maybe Druidism. Do I need the Druidism in this list? I have a missile from here. I'm wondering what will I do from the distance. Maybe I can actually stick with that, because I will go for D6, I will go for rerolls. Since I want the rerolls to hit, then I want a big unit of Sylvan Archers. I am still lacking any scoring, so I will probably get rid of one of the Castrol Knights units. And I will have Heat Riders here. And now I need some kind of special scoring unit then, right? Maybe I actually don't want the second Briar Maidens unit. Or maybe I do. Okay, they need to be scoring, so they need shield. And they need a musician. And in the second unit, I don't need the second unit. I can just, can I just take the big unit of Dryads? Is this feasible? 20. Kind of. If I have this one, then I would need here to have like Hatred. Or maybe Lethal Strike is actually better. Because I can get myself rerolls to hit from this one. So let's get the Lethal Strike. Let's have a bigger unit of Dryads then. Maybe a bit bigger and a little bit smaller here. Oh, perfect. 1, 1 to 5. That's what I want to see. And I have only 3 scoring units. How many bows do I have? I have 33 shots. I have a killer chieftain. I have the kind of unit that can push to the center. I have 1, 2 units of chaff, dedicated chaff, and then I have the kestrels. That's not bad, but I kind of need another scoring unit. Let's see how. No. How does this look like? I can have basically 10 of them, and that's the end of my list. They are fearless, right? So they are pretty good on the flanks. How many will I be able to? Okay, I will be able to fit like 12 and have some random garbage thrown into the others. So maybe that's the way to go. I need this scoring unit. I cannot take the thickets, right? No way I will be able to take the thickets. I think I want just those 12 rangers. I have a very nice magic setup. I have 3 great mages. I have a way to heal the avatar. Have a killy dude. Well, the alternative is to have the chieftain to be on the eagle. But I think I want to have someone to ride in the Briar Maidens, so that's why I will stick to that one. I can give him longbow. And then maybe I want 8 of them actually. And 14 of those. Because with 8 I will be able to just stay 5 by 2. So that's fine. Do I need the rending on the kestrels? I have the lethals on the dryads, and I have 22 dryads. I don't have a champion on them, although. So this is 17. Okay, just forget about the champion. The dryad is not the general, so it's not that important actually. Kind of don't need anything against cowboys, because I have the avatar that will just hang out in the middle, and that will try to take care of that. I can just buy some random bows here and there, like this. And now how many bows do I have? 2, 12, 45, 35, plus 13 of those, okay? It's not that much of shooting. Am I fine with that? I guess I have to be fine with that. I don't have much of a choice. So I will stick with that. 30 forest rangers with a prince with a spear and the item that can that's kind of a gimmick, isn't it? How much points is it? Like, okay, let's click it. The prince is probably like 500, I want to say 400, so it's like 1,000 points. That's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. But I think that the problem is Okay, here we have to have avatar. So this is another discussion. But in a normal list, it's usually better to take the prince on the stag, and then you are struggling to fit enough shooting in the list. And I don't think that the close combat oriented Sylvan Elves are the choice, cause you are just a bit too fragile. So I don't think that this is happening. Okay, let's take a second look at this list. Okay, the core is okay. 4 scoring units, some shots, again a mixed arms list as pretty much every list that I ever built. And I have 10 points more to spare, and I probably can't pick anything for that, right? How much is actually a horse? 20. Maybe the druid wants to be on horse. Fuck the longbows, and I just got myself another trap unit. Yeah, that looks okay. He has units to hide in, and he's not that necessary. He's like not crucial for the outcome of the matchup usually. So I can easily just sacrifice him, and now the list is a bit safer, I guess. I don't like the fact that the rangers are fearless, because that makes it much harder to position them. They have no musician, but well, they just need to be strong. 5 castrels. I don't have the rending banner on them, but I have the wild hunter, and I have the avatar as well, and I have toxic spores here. So while armor will still be a problem, it probably will be less of a problem than it is usually. And then I have AP free here on the rangers. So maybe that's doable. And let's see, if I want a musician in the vanguard, I cannot fit this. So yeah, I would just prefer to have more buddies, honestly. Okay. Am I not missing anything? I have 3 channels, 6 spells. Oh, I have 20 points free. Yes, I have 20 more points to spend, because the Briar Maiden's champion cost is incorrect. Okay, no, so let's just take the musician, obviously, and yeah, and that's the list then. Yeah. Yes, I want to save the list. Sylvan Elves, Avatar of Nature. Okay. So, okay, so this will be the end of this part of the stream. We will just take a look at the Furions list then. Furions match. I would just like to remind you, guys, that doesn't Sylvan Elves die completely against Pyromage? They kind of do, but well, with some dryads, with the avatar, with the maidens, you can somehow live some like Pyro is obviously a very, very bad matchup for the Sylvan Elves, so, you know. What can you do? There is basically nothing that you can do about it. You can try to play a full thicket list, but I think it's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, so I'm not going to promulgate that. You know, okay, so I just wanted to remind you that those lists will be up somewhere, probably in my thread on the 9th age, and that those lists were kind of special. I'm not sure on how competitive they are, but I had fun tackling them. I hope we can do something like this in the future. And now let's hope that my universal battle doesn't crash. And let's take a look on how Furion is doing. Okay, 20 people watching. It's nice. So let's move myself like here. Okay, First of all, okay, he's playing against warriors, and I knew that because he was playing against Panther. His Lion Guard, Phoenix. Can anyone tell me which turn is it? Is this like turn 1 of the warriors? Is this after turn 1 of the warriors? Okay, there is a Prince with the Sliver and Destiny Call, Masters PSP. Okay. What is this? Rot Within, -1 weapon skill. I think they still fuck up the EDC. Like the EDC has 5 weapon skill anyway, so this Rot Within didn't matter at all. That would be my guess. I think there is only one Lion Guard unit actually, judging by the points. So there is that. Now is this a charge? Is this a charge? That's the very good question. Okay, Fury on turn 1. Okay, so let's first of all focus on the matchup. I think warriors are usually a pretty hard matchup for the Highborn Elves. Here we have the Battle Shrine, but the Chosen Lord. Okay, so this unit is destined to do nothing in this game. Okay, turn 2, 3, 4, and turn 5 it will maybe go for the first charge in the game. Great. This Barbarian Chief is what? It's 1 up. So he might be dead from the Bolt Thrower, since this Bolt Thrower has nothing better to do. And this Phoenix will just cock block the Chimera from charging the Reaper, and at the same time, like the warriors will. Okay. So this is not an easy matchup. I don't know what this scenario is, but now it looks like we will be fighting half an army. So the 2 Feldraks and the Knights of Greed and the Sorcerer Chariot, that's not the Destroyer of the Walls, versus 90% of the army. I think that's a fair deal. I think that's a pretty sensible odds now, I'd say. The Feldraks are probably a huge issue. Well, maybe not a huge issue, but they are not that easy to deal with. The Prince on Griffon can actually try to deal with them with some little help of the Seaguard beforehand or something. Okay, so this Bolt Thrower will go here, this one probably will go here. You can most likely go for the chaffing of the one of the Feldraks and the Chariot with the Lane Reverse, and then just set up the counter with the Lion Guard, and then block this Feldrak from charging. Okay, this is 20, so that doesn't matter. But basically, the Lion Guard will probably kill one unit in the next turn. Unless he just goes for the charge here. Which is also not a bad idea. But he will just connect like one or two, so I don't know. Oh, maybe it's actually even better if he connects only one or two. The problem is what happens when the Feldrak just kills like 8, which is totally possible. He has Mage, Book of Arcane Mastery, and I have no idea which spells. Okay, he has the Pyromancy, but I'm wondering whether he knows that +1 to wound it will be actually painful for him if he tries to cast it against Feldrak. Because now, if he had Cosmology, he would be able to easily like +1 strength or +1 strength on the Lions, and then with strength 7, it looks a bit better. But what I think he wants to do is he wants to charge the Lions into the Feldrak and then reform them in such way that they will be fighting Feldrak basically next turn. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, you catch the Feldrak. This is nice in this sense that you catch the Feldrak, but it can end up really poorly. Oh, Phoenix even charged the Chimera. Let's see. I think the Phoenix will be unchargeable after the reform, so that's a completely safe charge. Yeah, I thought for some reason that he couldn't charge here, that he put this Phoenix a bit differently. So, okay. And yeah, because he has a champion on the Lion Guard, if the Chariot decides to charge next turn, he will just take it on the champion, and next turn probably he will lose the Chariot as well. So this seems nice. This is like a 20 charge, so it's on a 10. Well, it might be a bit risky. The question is whether he can exit the line of sight. He can definitely exit the line of sight of this Feldrak with the Lion God, with the Sea God. Yeah, so this looks very good now. Unless this combat goes like horribly wrong, which is possible, but if it doesn't, then this Feldrak will do nothing. This Feldrak will die next Furion turn. Okay, so how many attacks will you have? Oh, maybe it won't die actually. You will have only like 8 attacks. On 4 up, that's 4. On 4 up, that's 2, that's 4. So maybe he will actually not die next turn. That will be interesting, but maybe he will do 2 wounds this turn, and this will be deadly, and yeah. But okay, he has Hereditary and he has +1 strength, so he has 2 good spells to support this combat with. I don't know why did he pick the Raven's Wing. I don't think that this was that necessary. But now the Illyrian Reavers can just get out of the line of sight of anything. Is this the Comet here? Can anyone tell me? Because usually you use the multi-star for the Comet. So maybe this is actually the Comet. Okay. They say that this guy, the Griffin will move somewhere. Last Troll 536. Thank you very much for your comment. Yeah, so this is a comet. Okay. I hope it won't fall. But it's on the 7. 50-50. So that's 8 here and 8 here. Why do you do this to yourself? Why do you want to put the chaff here? You can just move it anywhere, and this guy, if he charges the Lion God, then he will just get eaten by the champion, right? And then he will be forced in the position where the Prince and Griffin can just charge him. And with this build, with the Demon's Bane against the Hero's Heart, that's kind of good. And the Nova Flare and the Griffon on charge is like 5 attacks. This will be 5 attacks on 2 up, on 3 up. He will have a 4 up armor save. So that's not great. So he will very likely just kill the mage outright. And what will these guys shoot on? The knights? I don't think. Yeah, they will just shoot on nothing. I think that's the correct choice. That's probably the correct choice. But in general, I think that well, it matters on what happens with the comet. I don't really get what this Elerian Rivas are doing here. What am I not seeing? Like, if he wants to charge the Lion Guard, he will just charge the Illyrians and overrun. Okay, maybe he won't overrun because the Lion Guards will move, but this for me feels like a chaff given for kind of free. I think what he's afraid of is that he wants to kill the EDC in the next warrior's turn, get a free reform, and charge the next EDC or the chariot. So that would be my guess why he is doing that. But in my opinion, the problem with this is that if the comet reaches the Lion Guard this turn, and he's pretty likely to do nothing, to not kill the EDC anyway, and it would be then much better to just get the chariot. To just get the chariot in the combat, and yeah, and just kill the EDC and kill the chariot afterwards. I know that he will probably face the issues with the second Feldrag, but if on the other hand, this position of comet is kind of weird, because if it doesn't fail now, then the Feldrag on the left will be in the very weird spot. And because he won't be able to move forward, basically. He will need to back off. And he doesn't have the good spot to back off. Even if those Illyrians and the chariot wouldn't be here, then he wouldn't have a good spot to back off anyway. So I don't know. Like the right flank definitely looks good for Furion, because this Chimera is very likely dead, and those warriors can just get shot to death. I guess that this Phoenix will just dance around here and nothing will happen basically on this flank. And if Panther decides to move everything in the left direction, then the Phoenix will just burn him every turn. And even though he will have a good armor save against this, he will still lose a lot of models each turn. The one thing that is pretty bad is that as a spectator you cannot see the line of sight. If there was a line of sight button on the UB for the spectators, I don't think that I would need anything else on UB, basically. Like everything else is already here, but I want to be able to see the line of sight. Without that, it's very hard to commentate on anything. Yeah, for example, now I can only eyeball it if, yeah, I can imagine that now he is out of line of sight. But maybe not. Maybe not. This looks like really, really close. I don't know if Panther measured that. I think if Panther measured that, then he would already tell him something. Okay, 10 more minutes and I will be out. I can at least change the title of the screen and the stream. Yeah, they are exactly discussing that, whether he can get out of line of sight or not. But if Panther didn't measure that, then this is his fault. The Lord can probably take the charge of the Barbarian Chief to the flank, since he will have since he has lethal strikes always. I don't think that he even needs to pop the Nova Flare. I'm just wondering, why is this EDC on the left positioned in such a terrible manner? Like, okay, just position him. Okay, let's take a look. If Furen wanted to chaff all those 3 units, he could still do it with 1 unit of chaff, because this is 10. So it doesn't achieve even that goal. He could easily look in the direction in much more to the right, and he would get a much better angle. And now all this bullshit won't be possible. He would need to chaff this EDC as well. But here, this EDC just achieves nothing. Okay, so apparently the Lord can get out of the picture of the Knights. The Knights are probably kind of problematic, but on the other hand, not that much. The Seaguard can probably just take it fairly easily. The Seaguard can probably take it fairly easily. So if there's a command, then probably charging is a better decision, because it's much easier to get out of the combat range, and this will be over 7 now, so he needs to roll a 7, which is like 58% or something. It's fine. Okay, it's Adept, and here we have the Master of Alchemy. Okay, Alchemy is kind of useless against against the Highborn Elves, so you know. Seriously? For me, it looks like if the chariot just rolls 8 on over, and then it will get out of line of sight. Okay, maybe not now. Maybe now it needs a bit more. Maybe it needs like a 9 or a 10, something like this. But can't you go? Okay, you can. You cannot go in the other way. Yeah. So he's just hunting for this chariot. But I think if he didn't. If he didn't put the Illyrians there at all, then he might have just been able to. Oh yeah. Again, lack of line of sight is terrible. So he needs 10, 11. I think 11 is the aim. If he rolls 11, he's still on the board, and he's in the line of sight. Yeah. So what will be the magic here? I guess Hereditary, +1 Strength, Quicksilver Lash into the Feldrak, and do you even need the Raven's Wing? I think you have good enough positioning that, okay, the Sea Guard are in good position because they will just, they want to just go for the flank. No, they won't be able to go for the flank of the EDC anyway. Maybe the Lord itself. Yeah, 11 for the overrun will get out of the line of sight. I think he needs to go for it anyway. So now I just want to see the magic, see the combat of the EDC with the Lion Guard. But why Rot Within on the Lion Guard? They are weapon skill 5, so you get nothing. You are additional heavy weapon, so you are weapon skill 6. So you were still hitting them on 3 with EDC, and they were hitting you on 4 with Lion Guards. Okay, seems just absolutely pointless. Magic. Oh, actually, the alchemy. Oh no, he has battle conclusion. Okay, so that's great. So there is no reason to not do that. Yeah, if this turn goes right for Jurek, then this whole flank collapses. This Chimera just dies. Oh, there is a chance that he will break the Chimera in. Okay, so the best outcome would be actually if he didn't break the Chimera at all. If the Chimera stayed there, but it doesn't have any rerolls, and he has already charged and he has lots of attacks, he might kill it. Will he run through the bolt thrower then? He might. So actually it would be better to just put the Phoenix on better, yeah, like this, I guess, because then you wouldn't run through the bolt thrower out of the out of the board. So this one would seem a bit better. But okay. Seven, 5. You need 2 dice for the +1 strength. You need 3 dice for the hereditary and 2 dice for the Quicksilver Lash on the 6. I guess so. I think this is the most sensible approach. Unless you definitely want to get any spell in, but I don't think that any of the spells is like extremely crucial. You probably need 3 dice on that. Yeah. That's 11. No, that's 11. What? And you have a Book of Arcane Mastery? What's going on? Oh, it's 8-6 actually. Oh yeah, so then 3, 2, 3. Yeah. I don't get why isn't 11? But he dispelled both 10 and 11 anyway. Yeah, so I would go for +1 strength with 3 dice on the Lion Guard, and then 2 dice the Quicksilver Lash, because +1 strength seems a bit more important here. +1 toughness doesn't change much. Teleport, well, you don't need to teleport anything. Oh, you want a Quicksilver Lash here, because this guy is not okay. That's sensible. Fortunately, he might be able to dispel that with 2 dice. This is just 8, but then you get +1 strength on the Lion Guard, so this is still a good outcome. I would think about letting it in, but yeah, I think actually the chance to dispel +1 strength is higher, so you should probably go for that. Yeah, but this guy is unfortunately then probably dead. Yep. And then +1 strength on the Lion Guard. It's 6. Yeah, so he wouldn't dispel so this was the right decision. That definitely the right call. And now he has some shooting. Comet. Okay. But it might fall before the second magic phase, so it's actually like it's another 50-50. He didn't get the hereditary in. Well, at least the EDC will pretty much definitely won't free itself up in this turn, which I think is kind of important. Well, now the Bolt Thrower doesn't have that many good shots to take. This one should probably go for the EDC. The second one should probably go for the... Yeah. Here into the Knights, I guess. Because you don't have a 24 to those anyway, so we might as well go for the single shot on the Knights. No, then single shot. Okay, and those warriors. Yeah, this is like six shot, unless this is 24, but it's 24, right? So it's like 6 shot here. Oh, he wants to kill the shrine. Great shooting on the bolt throwers. 3 times 4 up, that's like 1/8, whatever. Let's see this combat and I will be finishing this. Okay. So I guess they reformed then, yeah. Nice. So at least there is that. At least the Seaguard did some sensible wounds to this guy. And one more from the Lord? No, because Lord is Queen's Companion, so he's only strength 4, 81. And I think they are flaming, so he was about to do absolutely nothing to this dude. Okay. Yay. So now this looks okay, actually. Because now there is a huge chance that he will kill the Feldrak next turn. Okay, now this looks very much okay. That's 3. And 0 from Stomp? No, 6 from Stomp, obviously. Oh, so he might be breaking after all. That's ridiculous. That's like -6. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they are quite strong, but come on, dude. Okay, but I told you so. I told you that this could happen. Okay, let's just take a look at this last combat. I don't think that the Feldrak, okay, it can charge the Princeton Griffon, I guess. But I don't think that it will do much to him. It depends on the rolls of the ward saves, but he will pop the Nova Flare, and yeah, this will look okay. So if I were Panther, I would rather pursue the Lion Gods. I would end up somewhere somewhere behind them, and I would just charge the Bolt Thrower and take the Bolt Thrower. Because now into the Lord you will have 6 attacks, you will hit 3, you will wound 3, you will do 1 or 2 wounds. Charge and flank, it's 4. So he will have a leadership 6 with a reroll, unless he will do any wounds, right? Yeah, you have hatred against flyers, but this gives you what? Like, okay, this might give you 3 wounds, right? Okay, the Chimera is actually dying. I'm too invested now. What did you do to me? I want to see whether the Phoenix after the Flea will get off the boat, because if it will, then I will be right again, I guess. Oh, he has one wound left. No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, because he has only 4 wounds. Okay, yeah, so it's dead. Yeah, and he will pop on the 9 to the other side of the board. So that's really bad. Okay, let's take a look at the charge phase as well. Yeah. Okay, so this went probably as badly as it could. Yeah, this is off the board on a roll of like 9. And it was enough to position the Phoenix on the other side of the Chimera. Yeah, Firan says that he's ashamed. He's rightfully so, because now he gave those warriors any sort of chance to do anything, but it's on a roll of a 9 on the other hand, so maybe they just won't reach, right? I think I might have missed my bus actually. Okay. Hand weapon shield. Yeah. Actually, this Phoenix can take quite a bunch of them. To hell with him, but still, you need to give him a leadership 9. The charge on a 9. Maybe a bit different angle. Okay, what I really hate is people who are measuring like this on UB. First of all, you have this button around here that will just tell you the range. And second of all, if the guy says it's 12.1, then for fuck's sake, the fact that he changes the angle, like three angles in one of the sides, no. I don't think it matters that much to be kind of a pain about that. Oh well. Oh come on, Panther. And why the fuck are you listening to my commentary to the stream? Now you're not nice. Not nice. You are a ghoster. Okay. Yeah, let's see if the warriors make it. If they don't, then again, they maybe will kill the bolt thrower in this game. Maybe. Is he like immune to? Okay. Now the problem with the EDC on the left is if you charge the Lion Guard, then they pop behind the... yeah, they should pop behind, so this charge is actually not that great. They should pop behind the Sea Guard around here, and they will, first of all, not be reached by Comet, most likely, Second of all, your Feldrak will fail the charge and end up in a kind of a weird position where he will probably be taken by the comet. So, you know, that does not sound that great. Yeah, exactly. He needs like 5 to pop to the other side. 5, yeah. Maybe 6, but likely 5. Yeah, and he pops to the other side. He panics the unit, but the unit is leadership 10 rerollable. So. Redirect. Oh, in the 12 into the ball thrower? Great. So I think that what he was supposed to count for is Comet falling down and killing enough so that they actually will rally on the worse conditions. But now the Comet is there on the roll of 7, so that's still not that bad. Maybe that's still okay. It seemed a bit further. So yeah, he wanted to go for the standard shoot with the Sea God. Now if he reaches the ball thrower, then this will... I think if the ball thrower fails the terror check, then he will not shoot next turn. That's my educated guess. Yeah. Yeah, so absolutely the worst case scenario happened on the left flank, and let's see if the absolutely worst case scenario will happen on the right flank. They have torch. I didn't notice that. But they have flamings only on round 1. You could have easily charged the Phoenix. I would still have charged the Phoenix. Come on. They have flaming only in first round of combat. I would still 100% charged. Come on. Now you have you have like 2 ranks. Okay, they wouldn't reach, so. Okay, so you need a 12 on the EDC? No. Nice. So that's what I was talking about. Now look. We are on the 5. So it's like an 8. So actually it's more likely to that the comet will hit the EDC than it will hit the lion god, which is ridiculous. And the EDC will do nothing in turn 3 as well, because he will not see any, like, the ball thrower should probably just go back 5 and be fine with that. Okay, I really do have to go now. What do you mean, are those legal? The phoenixes? Well, he will not kill the right flank alone, but he will take care of it alone, because those warriors with movement 8 will never be able to reach anything sensible anymore. At least I think. I guess we'll see. I also have no idea what the scenario is, which is kind of a problem, but okay. I think what Furion needs now is like 2 or 3 wounds on this Prince of Griffin. Like two wounds on this Feldark. Okay, flags are this scenario. Thanks, Panther. It's really nice of you. Great scenario then. Free scoring units versus free scoring units, and all those scoring units are big. This is 24? Yeah, this is 24. Those are the Greed Knights. I don't know. It again depends on the role in the combat now, but I think that still the High Elves had an upper hand here. Because the Seaguard easily can dispose of the Knights of Greed, I think. Pretty sure about that. So I'm not necessarily sure why he's rushing them so hard. And then if the Lord stays in combat, then that's great, because you probably have a charge here and overrun into the Sorcerer, unless the Sorcerer overruns itself. But if the Sorcerer overruns itself, then it doesn't see anything. So yeah, that looks good for the High Elves, I think. I would be really surprised. Well, I wouldn't say that the Lion Guards. Okay, if they are legal, yeah, they seem to be in legal position. The Lion Guard, they seem to be like perfectly legal. You don't need to be. You can be split. And by the way, this position of the Lion Guard is basically only to measure the 1 inch from the unit. So it's not like. But this is legal, definitely. So you know. Now. I don't think that the charge was a mistake. A Feldrak charge. If Feldrak charge into the Lion Guard fleeing was a mistake, I think. Yes. Here I think that this was a mistake. I think what he should have done is he should have just pursued the second Feldrak, especially because the scenario is flags. Get the Lion Guard, get the Bolt Thrower, get the second Feldrak the hell out of here, and he would be much better than he is now. That would be my guess. And I have 20 minutes till the next bus, so we can sit here like 10 minutes longer. Hopefully it won't stretch into a bit more, but this turn should be pretty quick. And now Phoenix will just go and burn those dudes, and he will just slowly whittle down on those units. The Lord is 1 up save only, so that's not great. Okay, another Comet. It's not in, so it's good. Yeah, that was not the greatest reroll from Thaumaturgy, but you know, what can you do? 4 dice versus 5 dice. Okay, what spells did the Occultism Mage take? He took the Rot Within, and the second one, I guess, Pentagram of Pain. Okay, so definitely dispel this one, right? Because Pentagram of Pain. Yeah. Okay, he needed a good roll, but he got it. 16 out of 5 dice is kind of shaky, but acceptable. Okay, but about the Lion Guard charge on the Feldrak, I cannot say that this was a mistake per se, because the gain from, if it went correctly, was really big. But unfortunately, it went really badly. So now now the Lion Guard are crippled, and the Lord is well, at least likely to be hurt. Let's see the range. 6. Ah, he will maybe reach the Lion God. Maybe not. No, he will not reach the Lion God. He will not reach. He will reach no Furion units, and he will reach his Feldrak. He will reach the Bolt Thrower though. Like whatever. Feldrak. Come on. Come on. You deserved punishment for that. You deserved punishment for that. Okay, but that's 2 wins. And that's how Comet works. And that's how Comet works. But he deserves punishment for this charge. So I would not be surprised if this Feldrak got here like 2 wins. Okay, those guys, the Illyrians are dead. Just stop. Just don't. The Illyrians are dead. Maybe no. Oh, and wound AP 0. There's a wound. Nice. Okay, and now they are dead. Right? Three hits. 2 hits only. Do you really have only weapon skill of? Okay. I'm ashamed of myself for doubting the Illyrians to leave this amazing combat. Yeah, deeply. Okay. Okay. Yeah, my bet is that the High Elves will win. I'm not betting anything else. Just the question, how much? Hello, Twitch. Yeah, hello. Okay, Lord did some damage. Lord did 2 wounds. I think that's what you wanted to see. Lord did 2 Nova Flare. I think that's what you wanted to see. Lord 5 hits. Nova Flare. I think that's 4 wounds. What you wanted to see. AP3. That's 2 hits. Nova Flare. And he has healing. What you wanted to see. AP3. Oh, he 3 wounds actually because he stuck his fight. Yeah. 8 Nova. Yeah, 3 wounds actually. Yeah, because he stuck his fight. Yeah. Of 8 Nova. Yeah, then my surprise. Yeah, because he stuck his fight. Yeah. Of okay. 8 Nova. Yeah. So that's what. Okay. Now he is leader. So that's rollable. That's what. Okay. And he was just leader. So that's rollable. 9? 9. I think 9. And he was just no. Okay, but he made it. I think 9. And he was just no. Okay, but he made it. I think 9. And he was just no. Okay. And he will just heal him. And you just lost no. Okay. And he will just heal him. And you just 4 wounds inflicted. So he has no. And he will just heal him. and uses core wounds inflicted. So what does okay? I think he just core wounds inflicted. What does okay? He's not just core wounds inflicted. What does okay? Yeah, he's a monster. He has terror. What does okay? Yeah, he's a monster. He has terror. What does okay? Yeah, he's a monster. So it's actually leadership 7 rollable. Yeah, he's a monster. So it's actually leadership better flank. Yeah, versus one. So it's actually so it's 7 rollable. So he might actually so it's 7 rollable. So he might actually so it's 7 rollable. So he might actually no, because the griffin has fear, right? No, because the griffin has fear, right? No, because no, I don't think that killing the prince in this turn was possible. If this prince was echoed, no, I don't think that killing the prince in this turn was possible. If this prince was echoed, no, I don't think that killing the prince in this turn was possible. If this prince was echoed, no, I don't think that killing the prince in this turn unless the griffin doesn't have fear itself, but I think unless the griffin doesn't have fear itself, but I think unless let's check on that. Yeah, he has fear. Unless let's check on that. Yeah, he has fear. Unless yeah, so this is check on that to make. Yeah, he has fear. Because you want to make sure that you kill the contract. Yeah, he has fear. Because you want to you rally here. You rally in such position that the fellow you rally here. Shoot in such position that the fellow burn rally. I shoot. You don't necessarily burn. This is I this is don't necessarily burn. This is I this is don't necessarily burn. Yeah, this is I this is don't necessarily burn. Yeah, this is I this is don't necessarily. Oh, he wants to charge his spears into the flank. Oh, he wants to charge his spears into the flank. Maybe he wants. Oh, he wants to charge. No, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe he wants. Oh, he wants to charge. He has only years. Feldrak has only 2 wounds left. Maybe you have. He has only years. Feldrak has only 2 wounds left. Maybe you have. He has only years. Feldrak has only 2 wounds left. Maybe you have. He has only years. Feldrak has only 2 wounds left. Plus 1 strength. Flaming swords that are useless. Flaming swords that are useless. You have hereditary. Flaming swords that are useless. You have hereditary. This one is weird. I feel like this charge is. This one is weird. It's again kind of balancing. I feel like this charge is. This one is weird because if he doesn't do 2 wounds here, I feel like this charge is. This one is weird because if he doesn't do 2 wounds here, I feel like this charge is. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept mage. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept exactly 1 dead. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept exactly 1 dead. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept exactly 1 dead. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept exactly 1 dead. Then he will lose his mage. This is only adept exactly 1 dead. Then he will lose his mage. Kind of he will need to flee both of his units, but the Feldrak is again positioned in such a way. Why didn't the Feldrak? Okay, I can understand the Feldrak is again positioned in such a way. Why didn't the Feldrak? Okay, I can understand the Lion Guards. Then you would at least see something next turn. Okay, now if those guys flee, then you would at least see some prince and the spears of those guys. Then you will see some prince and the spears of those guys. Maybe you will be able to see the spears, but then they will just flee. Maybe you will be able to see the spears, but then they will just flee further. You will be able to see the spears, but then they will just flee further. You will be able to see the spears. And now you have to defend from the Alchemy Bolt for plus 1. And now you have to defend from the Alchemy Bolt on the Grith plus 1. Now you have to defend from the Alchemy Bolt on the Grith plus 1. Now you have to defend from the Alchemy Bolt on the Grith plus 1. Now you have to defend from Alchemy Bolt on the Grith plus 1. Now you have to defend from Alchemy Bolt. Hunter, he will just put them in a second. First he puts the Seaguard, he will then put them in a second. He first follows up Seaguard, he will then put them in a second. He will first follows up Seaguard, I think always he so he will first follows up Seaguard, I think always Yeah, now the Phoenix just burns you here. It's d6 plus. Yeah, now the Phoenix just burns you here. It's d6 plus 8. That's 4. That's here. 2 wounds. D6. This is like a 10-man unit. 4. That's here. 2 wounds. D6. This is like a 10-man unit. 4. That's here. 2 wounds. D6. This is like a 10-man unit. 4. That's here. 2 wounds. Okay. I have to go. Thanks guys for the stream. Okay. I have to go. Some echo in my stream. Thanks guys for the stream. I need to mute. Sorry, I didn't notice that. But anyway, I didn't had it on. I guess because I don't have my sound on. I don't have my speakers on. My headset on. I just don't hear anything from my computer. So, but probably it is just set up somewhere here. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you on the next stream. Now I'm a week off in Poland, so probably no video next week as well, but maybe a compensation stream again. Hope this was nice to come and listen to. Okay, take care.